Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the pitching session for the tech and tech-enabled startups. My name is Rakesh Bhatia, and I will be your host and moderator for this pitching session today. We have a lineup of some very brilliant startups, about 19 in number, and we are also having a good number of investors between our audience and those who are directly looking at it on the Zoom. And we will be covering all these 19 startups in next 2 hours. The timing given to each startup is about 5 minutes. I will be calling out at about 1 minute time when it is left, and then 30 seconds. When I call out the startup to come in, I believe you all have the order in which you will be presenting. There is some shift that we have right now, but then I will be calling out the startup name, and then what you have to do is switch on your video and audio at that time and go live. Until then, you are requested to keep both your video and audio on mute. And as I said, I will be calling out the time that you have left at 1 minute and 30 seconds at the end. And then I think it's your moment. Enjoy the time. The intent is to be able to have you visible to as many investors possible in our audience today. And I believe we have already discussed the process around what will happen next. If not, we can obviously take those points offline after this session. But then I think we are ready to go live. We did a kind of informal roll call just before this, and I believe there's a slight change. The first one we have going today is Rama from Creative Experts. Rama, I hope you are ready. Once you are live, I see your video. I will turn the timer on and you will be ready to go. So you want to share your pitch deck or anything, Rama?
Yes, I will be sharing my screen.
Yeah, share the screen and then I'll switch the timer on.
Yeah, I kept my screen share on.
Yes, we see that. And your time starts now.
Great. Thank you for the opportunity, Rakesh and Thai Global for giving me this opportunity. This is Ramakupa from Creative Experts. We are well renowned as OnGo framework. Now we are primarily CoCube, a component-based environment on a Kubernetes deployed. So at the helm of digital transformation, the aim is to build the largest set of component library so that any development can happen rapidly with less or no coding. To sum it up, we are a low code, no code framework, which will generate the technology that is needed for your business in fairly quick time, which is where we are well renowned as CoCube. The goal, when as a investor presentation, the goal of the company, again, thanks to the pandemic, this entire situation where we have learned a lot. The first thing is we want to sustain by our customer revenue, grow with the partners, and invest in IP and evangelizing the framework. These are the three mantras of our success till now. So we will be primarily on it. Just to give a little background of the company, we are into the market from 2016 as a framework, as OnGo framework. And we made our first framework components live to our internal developers in 2016. From there on, we started serving the customers. We have seen growth of 30% quarter on quarter for consistently for 10 quarters, served more than 150 plus enterprise customizations in majorly 9 verticals, including healthcare, insurance, fintech, edutech, retail, and so on. In 2020-21, the period that we are in right now, we found an opportunity with retail and health as we are very matured in those 2 verticals. So we launched our full-fledged component library for these 2 verticals as a packaged solutions. Now the journey currently is to convert all our learnings into the components and deliver the set of component library to our system integrators. Currently, we have 2 major system integrators in place in the name of Happiest Minds and Impetus Solutions. These are the 2, one large and one small system integrator place for us. We have a big list of channel partners, primarily cloud and cloud ecosystem players like Alibaba Cloud in Middle Eastern area. We have Futures, FCC, and Hyperdist and Tranter. Of all these three are Microsoft cloud distributors in specific regions. Dubai, Middle East, and Tranter is from African region. So primarily, these are the channel partners that we have already signed up a contracts with the system integrators to help us grow and service the customers. And the journey from here in 2021 is all about making our components available for all these players, ensuring that rapid application development is enabled for the customers on a SaaS model. Just to give you a little overview of the entire executive summary, we have 4 patentable implementations in the framework, 86 sprints of framework development effort, 5+ years of persistent effort has gone into the system, 14 plus dedicated team as we speak right now, and 60 plus trained team with the system integrators. We are expertised in SaaS model, 5+ channel partners, 150 plus customizations, and 2 products launched. This is a total executive summary of the framework or system. The market we are chasing right now is currently at 20+ billion dollars of market in 2020, growing at a CAGR of 22.7% year on year, expected to be around $86 billion by 2027.
You have a minute.
Market is quite huge, and there is, yeah. The mantra of goal is very simple. We want to reduce our development time, increase the gross margin for our system integrators and people. Our main goal is to build as many as reusable components. Thus, the bottom line has grown significantly. Opt-in and opt-out for features, drag and drop UI. These are all the orchestration layers that we are trying to build so that our framework gets utilized by many people. Of course, we have enough early adopters into the market, as I mentioned, 150 plus customers, right from the enterprises like Marsh, Neha, Teka, and many more. Siemens, CNHI, AMC, a lot of insurance vertical has been very strong with us. A lot of implementations in all the verticals, as I mentioned. This is a revenue snapshot, 52 lakhs in the first year, 2.2 in the second year, 2.73 in the third year. And in the pandemic times, we have already reached 1.5+ crores of SaaS revenue till now. And thank you very much. Thank you for your time. There is competition around. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rama. That was a great pitch. I think it's also a solution that is well required and I would say well needed by most of the guys. Makes everybody's life very easy. I wish you the best. I am pretty sure investors have taken a note of this, and as I said, wish you the best for the future. So,
thank you, Rakesh. Just to add, the right team is behind this, right from the founders to the strategic and to product evangelizing. We have the entire senior team supporting the entire system. Thank you very much.
got it. Thank you. You can unshare your screen, and
yes, I'll do that. Thank you very much.
All the best. So we have Suresh Raju from 72 Pi pitching in next. So Suresh, you're ready? You're there?
Hi Rakesh. I'm here.
Hey, so if you can share your screen, I will start the time at that time. The timer at that time.
Can you see my screen?
We do, yes. Ready to go?
Yes.
All the best.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Rakesh, for the time here at TGS 2020. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about the product and what we are offering through a few slides here, and then I'm going to jump and show you the product live on the cloud as well. The 72 Pi is a new product that we're launching. It's a way for people to create their own personalized fund. We believe this will become the gateway to your personalized fund. Our vision is to enable everyone to invest like a professional at low cost. And when you look at our assets, the assets for us are the team, the strategies, the quantitative models, the long short equity strategies that we have, the futures and options model, the ESG based proprietary models, etc., is what we have built over the last 7 to 8 years, which are the quantitative models, is our differentiator and our asset profile, right? We also have the regulatory licenses. We have the investment advisor license from SEBI. We have the AIF category 3 license from SEBI. The team behind us, myself, been in financial services for 20 years. You can look us up. Suresh Raju here. My partner, co-founder Madhusudan is also on the call here. Madhu brings about 13 years of experience from a quantitative research, ETF, fund strategies perspective, working at Morgan Stanley, MSCI, and American Express and Kotak before that. My background is more investment banking in US with Deutsche Bank, and then coming here, setting up the TGS Capital Funds in Chennai as a mid-cap private equity fund. And then over the last 8 years, investment advisory, research, and analytical services to funds based in Boston, New York, and Hong Kong. We are solving the problem of individual investors getting a lot of external influences which are conflicting, noisy, too late in terms of getting tips on what to buy, and a lot of volatility in the market. The internal limitations, lack of knowledge for investors, behavioral biases, sometimes too many choices makes it difficult. So we are creating a product that addresses this vacuum. There are opportunities that are coming in because of the guidelines from SEBI as well on PMS schemes to be having a minimum of 50 lakhs. So there is an opportunity for somebody who's kind of between that 1 lakh to 50 lakhs, and we are trying to target that segment. From a market perspective, it's a large market. I don't want to go into the details here, but if you look at the number of demat accounts and see the opportunity, it's quite a significant market. We are looking at providing a guided advisory solution, which is transparent, curated, actionable insights, and gives you models and tools to build your portfolio. And we also disclose our portfolio so that you can trade it on. I'm going to show you the demo and give you a sense of the products that you can see live. 72pi.ai is a live product. It's on the host, hosted on the cloud here. You can look at it. Briefly, you see a lot of interesting information here. We have a 7-step process to creating your own fund. You can spend some time here. We give you information about the market, what the market sentiment is, and how different indices are trading, relative strength of the different segments within the media, metals, IT, FMCG, auto, pharma, etc. A lot of interesting metrics which are used to understand where we are in the market right now, what's the time to invest, what is the time to, kind of book some profits, when do you invest, and so on. In terms of products itself, you can see our own portfolio here, and you can understand what we are buying and selling. You can see the additions that we have, the exits that we have, all disclosed in a very transparent manner. The reasons for us
Minute to go.
fundamental, quantitative, technical, and situations perspective, right? You can create your own portfolio. I'll show you a quick demo of a wizard to reduce your options in creating different kinds of portfolios. You start with an index, you just click 4 times, and you can get to see a quick, narrow set of names that could be interesting for you to look at. A lot of interesting information from ML-based quant models, futures and options, optimizer, and so on. If I jump back into the deck here, given our background and what we want to do, we have built this to work with both the US and the Indian markets. It's a scalable across markets. I also want to spend a little bit of time on this differentiated platform slide. It's a low cost, professional tools that are available.
10 seconds to go. Sorry.
Rakesh, my time's up. Fintech platforms, it's a subscription-based model. It's a way for you to do your own wealth creation. Very simple pricing.
Time's up, Suresh.
$1 per month. The rest of it is on the website. Hopefully, you take a look at it and let us know with your questions, comments, and any interesting ideas that you have. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rakesh.
Thank you, Suresh. That's an excellent product. I'm pretty sure many people, particularly people like me who are not very well versed with the markets and their investments in a good way, can make good use of it. So all the best for that. Again, as I said, I'm pretty sure that investors have taken a good note of both your solution as well as the experience that the founding team brings in. My best wishes. Quick check. You can sign off your screen here, Suresh. I just quickly want to check. Do we have LK already here? LK Prasad, Acceleron. No. No. So if LK is not there, do we have Shivam Takral? No. So Jitendra Manglani, are you there? Miglani, sorry.
Yes, yes.
So Jitendra, you ready to go live?
Yes.
Awesome. So if you can switch on your video and presentation, I'll switch the timer on.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, it's right, 5 minutes. One call at 1 minute. I probably will not do it at 30 seconds. It's too much of a disturbance. So after a minute, I'll just let you know that when the time is up.
We greatly appreciate it. My name is Jitendra Miglani. I'm the founder and CEO of Droot Technologies. At Droot, we are making cloud infrastructure more efficient for our customers. Data centers are growing very fast. As you can see in these pictures taken from Azure data center architecture, between 2014 and 2017, many buildings got built up. That itself should tell you the scale of the growth. The key takeaway is, assuming all the data center providers, whether tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3, we believe the total number of servers are somewhere between 12 million and 18 million. And the total dollar spent on the CapEx is 60 to 80 billion per year. With the huge growth, the data traffic inside the data center is also growing. The workloads are getting more and more resource intensive, thanks to the applications, AI, ML, gaming, bioinformatics, big data. And these diverse type of workloads require different mix of resources. Some are compute intensive, some are storage intensive, and some are networking or acceleration intensive. Therefore, the cloud infrastructure not only need to have the low latencies, but also need to be more agile. Problem is, the server that gets built today in the racks have the resources, namely CPU memory, storage drives, GPU or graphics card, or the network interface cards, packed into static hardware boundaries that get refreshed every 4 years. And as they get deployed, on day one, they do not get used 100%. Even if we deploy the hypervisors, they get constrained by the capacity of the server. So there is a limit to how much efficiency they can bring. And then diverse set of applications with different workloads over a large number of servers over time make many resources stranded. And that results in tens and billions of dollars of assets not getting utilized. So instead of having those resources packed as a static boundaries, if we were to disaggregate them into respective pools, pools of accelerators, pools of storage, pools of compute, and a pool of networking, and have the provisions to interconnect them through the low latency optical interconnects, and match them with the workload requirements to compose a node, whether it's a storage intensive workload or the acceleration intensive workload, and have that node passed on to the application where the hypervisors can bring in the further level of efficiencies that they are used to it today. And as the requirement changes, the more resources can be added or removed and put back to the pool so that they can be allocated to the next composed node. This brings in tremendous economics benefits to the data center providers. For example, on a disaggregated GPU application, a cluster with 1,000 servers, with and without Droot solution in configuration of 1 server to 4 GPU, we can save $6 million per cluster. And with 600 cluster refreshed per year in a big data center, assuming all of them are using the same application, the total saving could be $3.6 billion. That's a huge capex reduction or increased capacity. That brings us to the market size. With 12 million servers, we're talking about 8.6 billion market size for the cloud data centers. And for the enterprise data centers, per IDC report, we are talking 4.7. The revenue opportunities for one cloud provider with the 25% penetrations, million server data center, we're talking 380 million. We are based in Greater Boston area with our office in Hyderabad. We incorporated 2018.
1 minute to go.
Bootstrap early stages and with NRE from a strategic cloud customer. We have a 2+ years of critical IP build up, and the team is complementary, effective, and balanced. We're looking for 1 million in seed plus round on safe or convertible until the Series A. That should kickstart later next year. We believe we have an early revenue potential as early as later part of next year. We may not need the Series B. We will use the funds for the product development as a milestone to MVP. That's a minimal viable product for revenue, scheduled to release in June next year. Thank you. I appreciate your time and patience. Yeah.
Awesome. That was concluded well in time. Thank you so much, Venkatesh. Really appreciate that. And all the best. I am pretty sure that your investors have taken a note and you will be connected. Next on the list is Vijay Raghav Varada. Are you there? Fractal Works. Vijay, okay. Ravindra Pal Singh.
Yes, I am here.
You ready to go, Ravi?
Absolutely.
Okay, so as soon as you are ready, I will make you live.
Okay, just I am going to share the screen. Let me know if it's visible, then I can start.
You know, just hold on a second. I think I probably made a small mix-up here.
You missed somebody. Okay,
yes, I'm so sorry about that.
Not a problem.
I believe it was Venkatesh who had to go live. It was, yeah, so.
Fine, no issues. I'll wait.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm so sorry about that. So, yeah, Venki?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No problem.
I had asked you, I thought it was you who were presenting earlier and mixed up. I'm so sorry about that. Sorry for the goof up to the audience as well. But yeah, as long as it is captured right on time, we are good. So you are ready to go. Ravi will come back to you. And you can share your screen, presentation and I will make you live.
I'll just go without the presentation.
Awesome. All right, you are ready to go.
Thanks for the opportunity to present. So, I just wanted to tell how this Durity started. So a couple of years, 4 years back, one of my uncle, he was at the age around 55, he just passed suddenly, right? And he was all in good health. So he never thought it was needed for him to create a will or share his information with his wife, my aunt, right? And he passed away suddenly, and we were without like any information. And I personally saw the trauma for the last 4 years my aunt has been going through in trying to collate the information, going to the way, the lawyers, the courts, and it's been just very hard. And this made me think, like, is this a more prevalent problem? Does this is many of them are going through this? And we started researching, and I found out that pretty much every family that I spoke of had like 1 or 2 incidents, similar incidents. And when I again more looked into the market and what is there, and so just saw a huge opportunity in there. What I'm seeing is like just the next few decades, close to $33 trillion of wealth will get transferred between generations. And India, every year, close to $80 billion, that's like, 5.6 lakh crore money, wealth is getting like transferred, and in a highly inefficient way, right? First, there's no will, right, which leads to a lot of disputes. India has 60 to 70% of our court cases are related to land and property related cases, right? Second, there's no additional information, right? The person might have borrowed some money, lent some money. I have known of cases where suddenly the lenders just come to the house and say, oh, he owes me like 30 lakh rupees or 50 lakh rupees, right? So there's no record of that. There's no one place where the property documents are there, where the insurance papers are there, right? It's all like, scattered. The third part, where they don't have an advisor, so they don't plan the tax part of it. So end up like paying like a lot of money in taxation. The wealth that is like transferred to the next generation, again, they receive it and they take decisions more on an emotional basis, on a rational basis. So these are all the these are all the problems around this in this particular area, and we want to target this mass affluent segment more around age like 40 plus, right, and serve them in this area. So Durity, so what we have as a phase one solution, we do three things. One, we help them create an evil, right? In India, especially, people think that will creation is a very long process. Talking to lawyers, getting it, printing it on a stamp paper, getting it notarized, right? It's nothing. It's just a very simple 5-10 minute process, right? So we want to help them, handhold them, and create a very simple evil, right? The second part, we want them to put in all their important information, like in records, land records, insurance papers, right, in just in one place. We want them to assign who should get that information if something happens to them. And there's been one thought that's been going on in my mind, like, what happens if something happens to both the husband and wife? What happens to their kids? No one has any idea on their information, right? So in our product, in Durity, you can also say, okay, if something happens to me and my wife, and these are the 4 people who can come and claim information. It can be my brother, brother-in-law, father, father-in-law, whoever it might be, my close friend. Right? So
One
this is
minute to go.
what we are targeting. Did you say something, Rakesh?
I said 1 minute to go.
Okay. So this is what we are targeting in the first version, right? So we have all aspects of it taken care. We started the product development 6 months back. We released the first version in September. We have quite a number of downloads. We have in touch with close to around 100 advisors. We are more going on a hybrid model, both the advisor and the digital model. Security wise, like, we have some very proprietary way of taking care of the data. My own personal experience, been in technology for 25 years, lived in US for most part, went to school there, Emory, in Atlanta. Last 7 years, I've been working in startup. I started in EdTech 7 years back, on the verge of getting acquired. I have my co-founder who's been in wealth management space for the last 25 years.
Time's up, Venkatesh.
Thanks a lot. Right, we're looking forward to hear from you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your time and presentation. Uh, this was Venkatesh Mahalingam, Durity. I'm sure the investors have taken a note of that. Next, we have Ravinder Pal Singh, Gokadal Technologies. Am I pronouncing it right, Ravinder?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, awesome. So you're the one going live. So as soon as you have your screen shared, your video on, I will switch the timer on. Ready to go?
Yes, I have shared my screen. If it's visible, then I can start.
It is visible, yes.
Okay, so hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ravindra Pal Singh, and I'm the founder and managing director of Gokadal Technologies. We are a Dubai-based. I'm sorry, Rakesh, you're saying something?
No, I'm on mute.
Oh, okay, sorry. So we are a Dubai-based technology emerging startup. So what we are trying to do is a bit innovative. So I need to explain the concept before I get into the solution. So we all have been talking about digital everywhere. Last 10 years, 15 years, we know that digital has actually become a very critical, important attribute for any company, organization, or business success. Digital is the new normal and new currency. Before digital came in, financial was the only success factor. A company's success was defined whether they make a lot of revenue or they make good profits. That's it. But then what happened when digital came, we felt that companies who were making good profits, good revenues, they didn't even survive because they failed to adopt digital or they failed to go digital. So when we look at digital as the new normal, we do not see a place where all the digital transactions can happen, where people can find real digital solutions, people can meet real digital innovators, which means in simple terms, what I'm trying to say is, like financial model, we had stock exchanges for the last 200, 300 years, where all stock brokers, stock sellers, stock buyers can come and meet. For digital, we didn't find any simple solution. So After spending 25 years working with industry technology majors like Cisco, Dell, and Wipro, I felt, along with some of my like-minded people, that we need to do something here. So we decided to create an innovative model called Digital Solutions Exchange in the cloud, of course, in the cloud, not a physical place, but in the cloud, where all solution stakeholders, solution sellers, solution buyers, solution providers, solution consultants, integrators, designers, they all can come together. So GoKadal is a solutions exchange which is trying to solve a problem. And the problem is digital solution market is 1 trillion as per IDC and Forbes. But there is hardly a single integrated platform you can find where you can go and find these digital solutions in one place. You have to go to multiple platforms and multiple vendors. These 4 A's, which define the next wave of transformation for any company, automation, augmentative analytics, and artificial intelligence, are actually going to define how we are going to live in this world or work in this world. So when we look at that and when we look at the market, we didn't find a solution platform or an integrated platform like this, which can solve this problem, where customers can adopt solution much easily, at least saving a lot of time. Today, any company takes 17 weeks on an average to find a right digital solution for their needs. So what we defined and designed is a solution cloud platform called GoKadal, which is a combination of solution aggregator, solution marketplace, and solution cloud release. So for any customer, you come there, you find a solution, you check, you demo, you pilot, then you buy, then you can deliver from the cloud. For any provider, you go put your solution there, go to global market, sell your solution, integrate your solution, customize your solution. And for any solution integrator, it's a mix of both. So GoKadal is a disruptive solutions exchange connecting all stakeholders in real time. And we are only focused on digital solutions, which means we're not focused on the normal IT software or hardware kind of things. It's all about these 4 A's: automation, artificial intelligence, augmentation, and pretty much covering most of the emerging solutions what we see today. We launched this first version of GoKadal in March 2020, unfortunately, just before the lockdown started, but we have managed to get 40 solutions on this platform as on today, which span between smart cities, healthcare, manufacturing, data sciences. And on the other side, we have got customers tied up as large companies as Accenture and small startups. We started last August, and in 1 year, I think we have done a good traction by getting 41 solutions, 32 seekers, tie up with a couple of companies like Accenture, NASCOM, Dubai Startup Hub, Dubai Chamber of Commerce, and of course being part of TIE, Dubai as well. So what we are trying to do here is create a business model where we can get subscription revenue from solution providers and a share of revenue from solution sellers and value revenue for cloud services, what we deliver. We do not have a direct competition, but indirectly fractional competition like Amazon.com, where you do not find much solutions, but I do not discount that. So entire enterprise to startup is our market. We have a very solid business model in place. And finally, we're looking for 300K to raise as pre-series for our next round of investment. This is our team. I won't spend much time on this. And thank you.
Your time's up, Ravinder.
Thank you. I'm done.
Yeah, that was right on time. So
yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That really helps staying us on time. Appreciate your time presenting it. All the best. And I'm sure you'll be, somebody will be getting in touch with you on that.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Following Ravinder, so this was Ravinder Pal Singh, GoKadal, for everybody's record, particularly investors. We are now followed by Pramod Unyal. Pramod, are you ready? Pramod Unyal, Mobico.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, awesome. So Pramod, as soon as you share your screen, I will start your time.
Sure, I will.
You ready?
You can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay, ready.
Awesome. All the best.
All right. So we are Mobico. We are an IT products company in identity and access management space. We have an IT platform which is patented. We just received a patent in October this year, and we meet 2 critical needs of organizations today: need for a touchless, hygienic interface, and need to conserve cache. So what is the problem that we solve? So the problem we solve is we make access to buildings and events private, convenient, and productive. And why does that happen? So the present problem is entirely because of two things. One, there's a huge dependence on legacy systems and a dependence on physical identity, right? Anywhere you go, you have to prove your identity. Proving identity physically is cumbersome, obtrusive, and can result in loss of privacy. So the present legacy systems are very high on cost. They are low on value in terms of customized access rule, real-time visibility, differential access, their power to analyze data. They have inherent capacity constraints. There's a very high rate of obsolescence, and these are standalone solutions. So they don't give you visibility across buildings for a particular organization. So now, what's the idea? So our vision is that everyone in the world will have digital identity hosted on TrueMe, right? And essentially the UVP is that we delight the user because we give him security, privacy, and convenience. And for organizations, we revolutionize access management in terms of value and cost. The key differentiation that we bring to the table is we ride exponential growth of mobile, cloud, and internet, and we create a leverage network effect. There's horizontal integration, as in we are end-to-end player. We give you an app as well as the access control layer, right? Unlike competition. And because we have this platform developed, there's a possibility of, we keep mounting product after product on the same platform. So those synergies we leverage. Market size is, it's projected to be 24 billion by 2022. The team is Lalit and I are batchmate from class of 2008. I'm Ahmedabad. Babu is our friend. Two of us are from technology background and having worked in US, Japan, and India. I come from business background. Okay, this is our present traction. So we have 33 customers in place, 6 pilots, 24 users, 10,000 users being added per month. We have 121 access points out there in the market, 2 million plus transactions. And before COVID, number of transactions of 5,000 per day, and it's now reaching back to that level. Last year, we had raised POs of about 40 lakhs. Our basis our present customer acquisition, our CAC comes to 3 months revenue, and LTV is whopping 11 times CAC. Margins, as in any cloud IT product business, margins are 70% plus. So we have, I would share what we have done during COVID. So during COVID, we did 3 interesting things. One, we created our own DIY platform. So before that, our entire business was offline. So we very quickly, and of course, it was always a plan, but COVID fast forwarded it. So we created a DIY platform, started selling all our products online, and also developed a contactless attendance management product, which is our best-selling product today and across the globe. So we developed 7 partnerships internationally. 3 of them have turned already productive. And we have also acquired 6 customers in Africa. And we are due to acquire 1 in KSA, 2 in Dubai, and 1 in Mexico. So this is our present traction. The plan is to hit a revenue of 1 CR by end of the year and a steady state ARR of 1 CR in another 7 months' time. That's the plan for now. And we are looking for funds primarily to fuel our growth because frankly, we'll break even in another 1 year by ourselves. But idea is the kind of product that we have, the idea is to leverage funds to grow very quickly and go to US market in another 6 months, be present in US, Middle East, and Southeast Asia, as well as in India. Product lines, we do digital visitor management system, we do contactless attendance management.
Move your time's up.
For sure. So we do meeting room management, vehicle access management, and a full stack access control. Thank you. Thanks so much for your time, gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Pramod. So for the records, this was Pramod Unyal from Mobico Komodo. All the best.
Yeah, sure. And TrueMe is our brand, but company's name is Mobico Komodo. Sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We now move on to Chaitanya. Chaitanya Rao from Prog IST Solutions. You there, Chaitanya?
Rakesh, this is Bhavin here. I'm going to be doing the presentation.
So you are doing it for Prog IST?
Yeah, project. Yeah.
Awesome. So you're ready?
Let me share my screen.
Bhavin, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So let us know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay, go ahead.
So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bhavin. I'm the founder and CEO of Progist. What I'm going to talk today about is our Progist Email Secure Suite, which is a cloud-based mail security protection product. It has 4 sub-products in it. The flagship product which we have, which is called ProDMark, is Asia's first and one of the largest DMARC analytics platform. I'll talk more about it in the subsequent slides. Both me and Chaitanya, who are the co-founders of the company, we come from practitioners background. I was with ICICI Bank for about 14 years, and I was a deputy CISO and a DGM and responsible for the entire cybersecurity function for the bank. Chaitanya was an enterprise security architect at ICICI too. Currently, we have a team strength of about 40. We are a completely bootstrapped company, and we've been acquiring clients on a near 100% basis year on year. These are the problems that we are solving through our Project Email Secure Suite platform. What you see at the top left is an issue which is being faced by all organizations, be it a bank, be it an insurance company, be it a manufacturer, be it a telco, be it an e-retailer. There are mails going out with their company's name to their customers, suppliers, because of which they are getting phished. They're losing money, they are losing brand, they are losing sensitive data. So that is an issue which we are solving through a product called as ProDMark. What you see at the left bottom is Pro Discover. So the fraudsters, what they're also doing is they're sending mails with a similar looking domain as your organization. So Pro Discover helps you detect and mitigate those kind of frauds. Profish is a phishing simulation and a training platform. So for your employees, whatever controls that you put in place, there would be fraudulent or spam mails which would hit your employees. And through a Profish platform, we help employees to learn how to detect and block those kind of emails. And Pro Patrol is a solution which helps organizations and their employees to report spam, suspicious emails to the central IT team. So these are the 4 products that we have. This has been the journey so far. We are a 3-year-old company. We got incepted in May 2017. We launched our first product in November 2017. By the end of the year, we had acquired more than 50 brands for that product. At present, for that product, we have reached close to 300 brands. I mean, we protect more than 300 brands. We have launched the other products subsequently, almost at a distance of 1 year, year on year, and we've been getting very good traction for those products as well. In terms of awards and recognitions, several awards we won in the last few months and quarters. The most recent one has been the NASSCOM Emerge 50 Awards 2020. We are also part of the government of Karnataka SciSec Accelerator Program for cybersecurity. In terms of the footprint of our customers, we have customers who are in some of these very elite groups, including Fortune 500, world top 1,000 companies, some of the largest banks who serve customers from within India. These are Indian MNC banks, some of the largest telcos, stock markets, healthcare and pharma companies that are customers. In terms of the country footprint, 80% of the leaders in their sectors, the ones who want to implement a control, which I spoke about, they've been using a platform, be it large private sector banks, be it insurance companies, stock markets, etc. In terms of some of the research boards like Gartner, all of them, they talk about the need of the solutions that we have and the technology that we've developed, be it ProDMark or ProFish, ProDiscover or ProPetrol. In terms of the opportunity that we are targeting, there's a business email compromise fraud through mail, a 5-year loss, which FBI says about 26 billion. There are several regulators and government mandates across US, UK, India, which are enforcing some of these products to be implemented. And the adoption, even in Fortune 500 companies for these solutions that we have, is about 30%. The roadmap that we have is to launch a retail version of our ProDMark platform, which helps anti-spoofing. And we are seeing a very, very good traction, not just for India, but for countries like UK, US, Middle East, where we already have customers. So we want to make it available to customers at a very, very low cost and faster access. We want to implement an LMS capability, education capability for Profish, and we want to integrate Pro Patrol with Office 365 G Suite, which will give us a much better reach. And these are some of the marquee customers that we have onboarded in India, Middle East, and in the UK, be it banks, insurance companies, e-retailers, large conglomerates, telcos, etc. So this is all that I had from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pavan. That was again well in time. Brilliant solution, I must say. So congratulations and all the best. So just for the records for everyone, this was Bhavin from Progis Solutions. And from here on, we move on to our next participant. That is Hemal Patel from Ray. Hemal, are you ready? Thank you so much, Bhavin.
Yes, I'm ready.
Awesome. So yeah, please share your screen and video, and I'll switch
Yes.
on the time.
Let me know once the screen is visible.
Yes.
Good to go?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you very much. Good evening, good afternoon, and good evening to all the attendees, investors, friends. I'll start with the presentation with a small introduction. So I'm Hemal Patel, and with my co-founder Chirag Patel, we've created Ray. Right. So we come from a background of telco, and we both are computer engineers by qualification, and we work with a variety of IT companies, as you see. And being from a telco domain, right, we fell in love with Wi-Fi, and we have a strong belief in Wi-Fi that as a technology is going to stay here. It's there as a technology which is for a very long term, right? Our entrepreneurial journey started with Truecom Telesoft, and the product we created was called TrueConnect. It was one of the biggest product in terms of public Wi-Fi, and we had very marquee customers in that, like Airtel in India, Do Telecom in Dubai, and Telcom in Indonesia. Now, while doing these product, we saw a larger vision with Wi-Fi. We saw that there is much more that can be done, could be done with the Wi-Fi. The market of Wi-Fi is in modern day. Internet is a basic necessity, right? That's what all the stats say. And Wi-Fi carries 50% of this data traffic of the whole world, right? So Wi-Fi is a very important part in this entire industry. If you see the numbers in terms of where the Wi-Fi market is right now to where it's going to grow, and even a subset of that in terms of enterprise Wi-Fi is a big number. Wi-Fi cuts across the verticals, which means everywhere from hospitality to hotels to transportation to education, you would find Wi-Fi as a key requirement everywhere. Right? But we found several problems, right? One of the key things that we found was that the current offering of Wi-Fi is as a hardware. You see, Wi-Fi at the end of the day is a compute device, right? It's a device, and like every other device, even your phone or your laptop, the device is evolving, which means more and more compute power is getting added to it while keeping the cost more or less constant. Now, what are we doing to leverage that extra power? We are technically doing nothing. The ecosystem is very closed, akin to what a Nokia pre-Android era was, right? It's a very closed ecosystem. Wouldn't it be good to have an open ecosystem so that developers can develop apps for your Wi-Fi hardware and make it a much powerful ecosystem, right? The second problem that we have is that the entire ecosystem is segmented. You have cheap and unmanaged Wi-Fi, which is mainly focused for the homes, and even SMEs use that. And the centrally managed high performance enterprise grade Wi-Fi is reserved for the enterprises who can afford an IT staff who can install and configure them. If you don't have IT staff or someone who can look at the complexity, you will have to use the home Wi-Fi access point, right? The third one is that that stems out of our own belief. We believe that connectivity and security are two sides of a coin, right? Whenever you connect something, you inherently put it into a risk, right? And hence you require security. My case in point, right? A fridge which is non-connected so far is perfectly safe, but that fridge, when you connect as an IoT device to the internet, you are exposing it to security risks, and you need to buy security. Now, in the current scenario, you're putting security and connectivity from two different vendors and two different strata. What we are saying is, why can't both be an intrinsic offering from one single vendor? Right? Now, we also saw the opportunity, right? The first opportunity was that with the rise of cloud, the compute power available is huge, right? We have a lot of advancements in cloud technologies and AI, and we're using this to sift through the huge amount of networking data to provide a lot of actionable insights and location services to the customers. Secondary, the IoT, the use of IoT is becoming a very common factor in homes, manufacturing, offices, etc. IoT security is going to become a mainstream, right? And the buying pattern. A lot of customers now are perfectly okay to subscribe rather than purchase. In fact, they prefer subscription over purchase, right? So that's what Ray is. Ray is a Wi-Fi company, right? We have got 7 models at offer right now. Our key creation is the Ray OS, which is a built-in operating system, which creates a circle of trust in the device, and the cloud platform, which backs the entire Wi-Fi ecosystem, which does automatic compliance of your system against PCI DSS, HIPAA, etc., IoT security, network assurance, etc. Something like this, or to this scale, has never been done, right? We'll look at our traction. Ray was incorporated in late 2019, and by mid 2020, we launched our beta product to in a very limited market with one hardware at offer. In May 2020, we were funded by Quick Heal, who became our seed investor. In 2020, we did a proper launch right in the midst of COVID-19, but from there on, we have just grown, right? We are currently present in 17 countries through distributors in 17 countries across 3 continents. We are growing by 20% month on month in terms of our access point deployments. And we have got customers from Saudi Arabia to Kenya, from hospitals to hotels to banking and finance institution to even a big unicorn in India right now. Right.
I'll have to interrupt you, Hemal. I'm sorry. The time's up.
Sure, no problem.
Anything very important, very quick?
Yeah,
you want to
sure. Thank you. We are looking to grow, right? So we are looking for the funds for the next part of our growth, wherein we want to grow from 17 countries to 36 countries next. Right. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, and all the best. Again, for the records, this was Hemal Patel from Ray PT Limited. Thank you and all the best, Hemal. Following this, we have Raghavendra from RDL Technologies. Raghavendra, you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Yeah. So once you have shared your presentation and your video, I will turn the timer on. Would you like to quickly share your screen? Or are you going without the presentation? Raghavendra?
Yes, sir. Got it?
It's loading.
Are you able to see?
Not yet. Yeah, now I can see. Do you want to do it in the slideshow?
Yeah, I wanted to do it inside slideshow. Shall I start the?
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready now.
Go ahead. All the best.
Yeah. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So we are from RDL Technologies. Myself, Raghavendra Shetty, CEO and Director of RDL. Yeah, we are basically a IoT and data analytics company. And the company is incorporated in 2016 and manpower about 30 at this moment. And we have nearly 6 patents and we acquired 2 trademark at this moment. Our primary focus on Internet of Things, automation, and embedded system, as well as Wi-Fi. These are the area we work around. So during our journey, we have awards and recognition. Past 3 years, we have achieved one of the best product innovation award from the MSME, and CI Best IP Portfolio Award, and Best Startup of the Year, Leaders of Tomorrow Award winner, and Elevate 100, as well as the National Startup Finalist, one of the fun. And coming back to our team, these are our core team. Involved with the PhD and MTech and other degree holders along with mine. And what we do actually, 1 minute, sorry. Yeah, we are going to address the, yeah, we are going to address the, industrial automation as well as shop floor. The major problem what we are, facing in industry, accountability and availability and resilience. In accountability, we come across audit, accurate issue reporting, and timely and authenticity. These are the issues. In availability, resources, machine, human, usable of consumable, tools, and preventive maintenance, warranty and guarantee management. And in resilience, it's all about issue resolution time, alert right person at the right time, and predictive issue detection in a resolution. Okay, these are the areas that industries what we targeting, airport and public place, and as well as the railways, defense, and other industries. This kind of problem basically they are facing it. So what they have at present, yeah, what they have at the present, that kind of checklist, some of them at semi-automated or kind of checklist they use to follow the the day-to-day entry, whatever they are for maintaining purpose. And whenever the problem comes, they used to go and check this particular checklist and trace it. By the time that things are going to already, that issue will be already created. And what we do actually, and we created Shopfloor AI. It's a bundle with software and hardware product actually. Basically, it does tactile decision as well as alert at the same time, and predictive alert, and it is easy of existing ERP integration, authorized mobile devices, everything it automatically connecting. And our architecture is, this is the way, the base architecture is Shopfloor, and the device layer, and then data ingestion layer and application layer. This way our entire architecture will come into picture. Two things we do basically. One is all about human visual inspection and automatic sensing. Both we take the data and pushing to the cloud, and we also going to put some sort of AI to produce the meaningful insight in the industries. So basically the model what we follow, the SaaS model.
1 minute.
Yes. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, keep going. Just telling 1 minute left.
Yeah. Yeah. It is Shopfloor AI and Shopfloor AI Plus and Pro. These are the three ways that we producing the product market, and these are our products. And yeah, this is the one competitors what we see, that Advantech Industrial Computing India Private Limited. And that value proposition, it's all about improvement in productivity, improvement in OE, and reduction in reduction in our over purchasing assets, power saving, and improvement availability. And business all about AMC and SaaS model we follow. And this is about the market opportunities. Coming back to here, that that our financial the last 3 years, it's all about some around 2 crores turnover every year. And this year we got a good business actually. And yes,
you can quickly complete.
Yeah, this year we got a good business. It's about Honda and Toyota and some good companies. We are good traction. These are the projects we are ongoing projects. These are our estimated that growth plan actually. And I expected the some that 3 to 5 crores the funding expectations. And these are our clientele. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Raghavendra. So again, for records, this was Raghavendra G. Reddy from RDL Technologies. Thank you, Raghavendra. All the best. I'm taking a slight detour here. We have the next coming in, Gerald Pereira from Focus Skillpro. Gerald, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Am I visible?
Yes, you are visible.
I think,
would you like to share your presentation?
Yeah,
Raghavendra, you may want to take a presentation.
Yeah, somebody else's screen.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I cannot share at the moment. It's blocking.
You have to stop sharing, Raghavendra, please. Yeah, now you can.
Got it. Okay. Just a minute. Let me just try now. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay, great. Can we start?
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you, Rakesh and Tai, for this opportunity. My name is Gerald Pereira, and I'm the CEO for Emparo. So Emparo is a cloud-hosted B2B enterprise-grade SaaS platform, a lot, that was initially developed for blue-collar, gray-collar workforce skilling, both learning and engagement. What's happened during the COVID pandemic is helped us to repurpose Emparo with a focus now on the K-12 education space where we're doubling down, in addition to skill training, both sectors of which we view as very highly scalable. Moving to the next slide. As you can see, the problem that we're solving today, or the problem statement that we face when we meet with schools, is that many students are moving away from schools to after-school institutions like Byju's, Vedantu, etc., where a parallel learning pedagogy is confusing students, right? And so the problem that we, for example, in schools are helping solve is we're helping schools offer their own after-school e-learning solution with content by leveraging the Emparo platform. Emparo is also it's built as a mobile first platform, very intuitive with a simple UI and UX for first time users, particularly teachers, learners, blue collar workers, and very, very relevant to first time users in tier 2 and tier 3 towns. Right. The market opportunity is huge. We all know that the Indian education system is at about 180 billion. EdTech has been the flavor of the season. It was estimated to grow to 9.6 million users by 2021, which I think probably is already exceeded, because of the pandemic. Similarly, workforce with the Atmanirbhar Bharat and everything else that is being pushed for Make in India, and with manufacturing infra likely to grow, reskilling, upskilling is also a big opportunity. And both are actually being now sort of this convergence thanks to the new NEP, which is bringing skilling into mainstream education. Right? The enablers, why now? Pandemic, of course, forced, sort of accelerated digital adoption, cheap data, cheap smartphones, ABC. We call it the ABC generation app, Bollywood cricket. So everything's happening. The mobile is the universe, and so learning will also happen. So will reskilling. And of course, technology through the cloud and SaaS has made it more affordable and democratized access. Right, this is what we do. We are co-sell partners with Microsoft. We work very closely with them. We use the Azure cloud technology. Schools upload their content, and then using the Emparo platform, can overlay their content to whatever content we may provide, and then use Emparo to distribute it in a mobile-first environment, whether it's through handsets, laptops, other learning devices. Right? What do we do? We actually build institute-branded apps and web browsers, therefore personalizing or customizing the pedagogy to that institute, right? Which is then aligned to whatever relevant school boards. There's autocorrection. IP is very secure and protected. One of the big problems. Like I said, simple, mobile-first, anytime, anywhere access with deep analytics for better learning, right? Simple case, I mean, for schools, multiple solutions, IP shared, manual correction. What we did was school branded app, single platform, aligned content, and personal intervention. Similarly, in the workforce, again, case in point with Swiggy, high attrition, a lot of rehiring necessary, increasing costs. What we did was better engagement through skilling, continuous skilling, courses in behavioral skills, which ensure that there is better retention, thereby dropping the their burn. Okay.
1 minute to go.
The founders, Anant, my colleague, MBA from Stanford, serial entrepreneur, has had a lot of has been invested with a lot of companies, run companies, scaled up companies with successful exits. I have been also running and scaling up businesses in consumer electronics, mobility, and retail. Some of the customers that you can see out there that we already service. What is the fundraise for? This is part of a bridge round before we go into an institutional Series A, where we're looking to raise 2 million, basically to scale up, because we think the opportunity is far larger now with the with the pivot thanks to led by rather COVID. And so these funds are going to be deployed. So we've already completed 6 out of the 2 million, 6 crores that is out of the 2 million, and looking to raise the balance for growth as we expand. We're already present in many schools and other enterprises, so we see enough headroom for growth. I think, yeah, I think that's bang on time. Thanks.
Right on time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gerald. All the best. That again, for the record, that was Gerald Pereira from Focal Skill Pro. Empowero is the product, and now we have coming in Ronak Sutaria, Respirer Living Sciences. Ronak, you ready?
Yes, I am. Yeah. One second. This one.
Yes, your
Yeah.
is visible.
Okay.
You want to run it full screen? There you go.
Yes. Okay.
So
Hi. So, yes, I'm ready to start. Yeah. Good afternoon, and thank you, Thai Global Summit and the organizers for inviting me to present today. My name is Ronak Sutaria. I'm the founder and CEO of Respirer Living Sciences Private Limited. We are a DIPP registered startup. We have the IMD certification, and we have the National Startup Award 2020 finalist in the IoT category. So the product we've been working on is actually it's called Atmos Real Time Air Quality Monitor. It's it's India's first scientifically validated IoT-based PM1, PM2.5, PM10, NO2, and ozone air quality monitoring network. So actually the company started in 2015. I'll go over the roadmap, but the primary belief that the company has is it believes in the democratization of data and technology using IoT and big data with a focus on improving the daily quality of living. The primary focus area that we've been working on since 5 years has been on air pollution monitoring. WHO has identified air pollution as a public health issue. PM 2.5 is a carcinogenic pollutant. In India, there are about 7,000 census notified cities and towns which need air quality monitors. Cumulatively, the assessment is about 10,000 locations need to be monitored in real time. Currently, we are at about 230 locations which the government has monitored. These actually have the PM 2.5 monitoring done. Each of the equipment that the government tends to buy right now costs about $20,000, which is just for the PM 2.5 monitoring. If you look at the entire stack of air pollution monitoring, each site of this 230 location costs about $200,000. We are a Make in India IoT product manufacturing company. Our journey actually started in 2015 as a non-profit initiative for a data journalism group in Mumbai. And we launched a product called #Breathe. That was noted by a number of research groups, including IIT Kanpur, Duke University in the US. And in 2016, we started some engagements with these research institutes. In 2017, we were enlisted to work with IIT Kanpur on a 5-year project, which was funded by the DST. And since then, we've been working on this in a very focused way. The company also got registered in 2017. Since then, we've had industry partnerships with Ericsson and Microsoft Research. Specifically, Microsoft Research, we continue to work with them, and they are now with us as advisors and mentors also. In 2019, we actually have now got recognized as a team which understands particulate matter sensing in a very deep way. And we were invited by TIFR in Mumbai to work with them on one of the mass testing projects that they were doing. We were recommended by the PSA, the Principal Scientific Advisor's Office, to work with them. The team, primarily, I'm the founder and CEO. I have about 18 years of experience now in the industry. And since 5 years, I've been working on this project. The other director is Mr. Satish Sutaria. He's a BTech from IIT Bombay and about 40 years of industry experience. We do have our Professor S.N. Tripathi, who is the advisor mentor. He's head of the NCAP program in India. There's an advisor also from Duke University now on the company. Primarily, we have 3 kinds of collaborations and partnerships. On the policy research side, we work with organizations which do long-term, year-long trends on air pollution, academic and scientific research, and on industrial research. We've also filed a patent on low-powered NB-IoT-based monitoring. Our current focus actually has been fairly on the ambient and outdoor monitoring. I'll come on the indoor monitoring a little later, but primarily, as I earlier mentioned, the government has rolled out about 230 locations where there's continuous monitoring. Okay. We published all our material in scientific journals. There's a project with MPCB going on where we have demonstrated 95% accuracy to the $20,000 equipment. We are a strong IoT platform with patents on transmission side and a big data platform. Primarily on the technology side, we have the devices, we have APIs, we have visualization and integrations. We have boards which are made in India completely, the IoT boards. There are command and control center dashboards that have been developed for a number of these projects. We work with state pollution boards. A large part of the work which we are going forward is going to be related to indoor air quality monitoring for buildings and offices. The TIFR project has been published in journals. There is a product which is being worked upon around there. The competitive landscape, there are 4 companies which are somewhat known here. The current traction is we are about 1.1 crore turnover with a CAGR of about 14%, 14.5%. More importantly, the customer growth is about 55%. We are looking at a fundraise of about $2 million with 60% going on product development.
Do you have anything to complete?
This is my last slide. I kind of ran through everything at the end, but that's it. Yeah, I mean, we have a new product line coming up on indoor air quality side, and that's pretty much where the entire focus currently is. We think there's 80 to 90% growth possible year on year on the indoor air quality side, especially with the COVID situation and ventilation being the big challenge there. So we are fairly focused on outdoor and indoor air quality monitoring.
Very cool. Thank you so much, Ronak. All the best. Again, for everybody's record, that was Ronak Sutaria from Respire Living Sciences. And yeah, from here on, we'll move on. You can switch off your video and sharing. We are moving on to Tanishq Ambegaonkar. Tanishq is from Skyber. Tanishq, you ready?
Hey, yes, Rakesh. Am I audible? Am I clear?
Yes, you are visible and audible both.
Awesome. Awesome. Just a second.
Yep.
Thank you so much for hosting us, Rakesh. I'll just begin quickly. So, I mean, I'm Tanishq. I head Skyber. Skyber is a commerce enablement network. Our hypothesis is simple. I'll not bore you across with any numbers. I think you guys know it better than that. Our hypothesis is simple, that small and mid-sized businesses serve too many endpoints while running across a business. Business is not just about buying and selling. It's about doing too many things at once. When I came back down, when I was a small business myself, I actually do this web chain flow, as I call it. And what I understood was that as a small business, I'm doing so many things together, which is creating so many small micro-managerial level problems. And this is a dilemma which happens with each and every small or mid-sized business owner in the country today. A solution, I think fundamentally, our solution is simple. The idea is to unify across this whole and bring across all these multiple stakeholders involved within a transaction all on one unified platform. Now that's again quite a statement to make, but the way we want to do is by creating disruptive SaaS product and driving offline commerce through. Our first gig, again, as a flagship, was to, again, think of, what market is the best to actually get into. So what we understood was that 94% of businesses in India do not use an ERP. Again, the reason being that they are exhaustive. They've been made from an accountant's purview. And let's call the shit out, right? I think people never pay for software, right? Us as Indians have never learned to pay for software. We still use Office for free. And that's what fundamentally led us to create a free-to-use, a next-gen experience, a micro ERP system. We've simplified, or rather redefined, the whole ERP experience completely. And we bring together, again, a whole new banking layer into their management layer, which ensures that a business is doing ideally all the things it should do all on one unified platform. Now, again, cloud acts as a very good backend or runs the crux of an organization. Built on top of that is something what we call as the Skyber store. Now, everyone wants to go online and wants to run across their business. But the way we actually understood that, there are only 1.5% of Indian businesses doing business online. There needs to be more. And the only reason, again, there was one more reason was that, the price to each and every customer varies across as and how people portray it through. So what we have done is we've created store as a unique price-based solution built on top of the cloud system. So what people have to do is simply just, put people across into different categories, and they'll see their unique price from which they can buy through. What this does, it again goes back to our core fundamental of eliminating layers, and this eliminates this whole email, quote, WhatsApp layer of there being a quotation send or anything happening. The purchase goes directly from the store front into the cloud system, and that's how simple it is. Now, talking about this, I think I want to come down to our main product. Now, our main product, we always wanted to build for India and Bharat, and I think there's no word as synonymous as Dhanda for Bharat. So mydhanda.com, which is again one of our flagships, is something which we have built from pure heart to ensure that we get micro retailers online. So, and again, the same hypothesis of unifying across things through. So what Dhanda does is that it brings together all these multiple layers, again, same, and lets people create an online store and a catalog, manage customers and credit, manage logistics, manage quotations and invoicing, and also be including a modern age banking system within this, wherein they can actually make payouts or receive payments right from the Dhanda app, which for us, we want to make it as the quintessential Bharat Ka business app, as we call it internally. Just the last part of as to our solution is that we have something called as Skyber ID. Now, Skyber also acts as a compliance or a KYC front, wherein anyone who registers across from any of our platform ideally gets to one simple ID, which is distinctive to them. The whole idea behind this is to bring across all of these guys onto one single platform and allowing them to trade or intertrade using our platform, thus ensuring that the transactions actually flow through our whole ecosystem. As far as the revenue stream is concerned, I think I get a lot of questions around this. What we have done is that we know that we can't run a typical enterprise SaaS business in India. We've actually tweaked down the model as a commerce enablement and a pay-as-you-grow model. So we actually monetize across on ancillary services and not just a typical enterprise SaaS or a subscription fee, which we feel people are very privy to pay. And there are, of course, other ancillary services which we want to monetize across on. Now, industry and market, I think we have very less time remaining here, but I think the industry is specifically B2B commerce, which is a $30-odd billion industry. Third-party logistics itself is quite huge. Digital listings and promotions are 1.9 billion industry. But eventually, the goal is to get into lending, which is again an $80-odd billion industry. I think there are quite a few competitors again in the market, but then they're again serving across a few things. Our hypothesis has been into unifying things across and not just focusing on one thing in depth. And
thanks, Tanishq. You want to quickly wrap up, summarize?
Just a second. So just quickly, the team is made up of good, 10 odd people now, and we've built this team. It's been a handpicked team, and we've worked together on previous projects earlier. And now I'm a 3X founder now, and this is what we've been trying to do. And yeah, the whole idea with Skyber is to create across an ecosystem for a connected commerce world. And that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rakesh. Thank you for hosting us.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much for presenting, and all the best. For records, that was Tanishq Ambekawkar from Skyber. Following which, now we have joining us Dolly Sabharwal, Technozo Cloud. Dolly, you there?
Yes.
Very cool. Yes, you are visible. Let us know when you are ready and we'll start.
Yeah. Okay. So hi everyone. Thanks TIE Global for this event. I'm Dolly Sabharwal, founder of Technozo Cloud, and we are the one who's giving the virtual care for the woman. And in a word and everywhere, women needs are entirely different. So we are the one who is giving the virtual care solutions to the woman, and by the use of predictive models in healthcare, we are giving solutions to specifically for the woman and the family. So what exactly our mission? Our mission is to prevent and reduce the mortality in terms of women health, child health, and many more. So what exactly the problems in India? Being a woman, being a professional, I'm playing different roles. And if there is any gap in my role, I'm taking stress. And due to that stress, there's many problems occur like the infertility, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases. And you have seen there are, we are the one who having the severe anemia accounts. Let's suppose 20% of the all maternal deaths in India, that is due to the severe anemia. and there is a lack of virtual care, and these things can be preventable with the virtual care. And due in the COVID, we have seen that how our healthcare is not going well because everyone is looking forward for the virtual solutions, and there is a gap. And what exactly the current market solution? There are many market solutions. They are only giving the administrative solution, that is only the appointments or billing or the billing part. But once we have a discussion with the doctor, they are looking forward for a solution that cater their practice, how they can connect with the patient easily, how they can cater the medical practice. But nowhere there is no solution that can cater the medical practice. So we have EMR integration in the virtual maternity care. So it is compliant as per the ACOG guidelines or the antenatal flow sheets, and we have a big data and the AI tools for the all the maternity care solutions, like all the categories, all the subcategories. While when we'll go to any obstetric, so he's taking the either the medical history and other things. So they are doing their medical terminology, and they want everything in place in a software. And nowadays, no software is available that can cater the need of a doctor. And recently, these are the nomination and these are the award. We are nominated amongst the many in many categories, and we are the one who are the first in India by giving the women health technology solution. And we also giving the virtual care, and we also award winning by the most socially active unit award by the Tycoon Chandigarh. And we also represent our company at the world level. Recently, among the femtech companies, 125 femtech companies, we are also represented on Women Entrepreneurship Day. And what basically why we are different? We are different because we are very specifically a solution for the doctors, and at the same time we have a solution for the patient. So during these solutions, we have a very risk specific module uh, for
1 minute.
gynae practice. And we have an interoperable system, like once any patient reach to the doctor, so at the same time all the interoperate, let's the lab, let's the pharmacy, let's the other things are interconnected. And these are our product experience. And we have the app for the patient. At the same time, we have the app where the patient can access all his medical data and very specifically the virtual care from his doctor using his smart health card. And being a technical security, we are taking care of all the compliances, either the HIPAA and other. And we have the onboard all the medical advisories, because this is a research intensive product where we have I am having a 15+ year experience in IT, and for the medical thing we have the medical advisory board. And this is our team where we have also the healthcare partners and others. And what exactly the great thing during the COVID, the virtual care users, we come across more than 20 lakh viewers, and we are giving the virtual care solution 7,000 users. We are giving the virtual care solution. And we did the competitive analysis with the current companies where no one company is giving the virtual care. And as we will scale up with the clinicians, we'll launch this product for firstly to the North India. And our product,
Well, you'll need to quickly wrap up, please.
yeah, our product is B2B2C. So the product is for the doctor, and the revenue model is come from the patient health card. And we know the women health, this femtech market is so big, and the market size is very huge. And we'll have a tie-up with because our product is specifically for the women. So we have tie-up with all the chapters, like the international chapters of healthcare and the local chapters, all the state chapters in India. And
sorry, Dolly, I'll have to interrupt you. In quick 2 seconds, do you want to sum up something?
Yeah. So the ask is 1.5 million, and how we'll use these funds, and what exactly the product launch milestones, right? And gradually moving initial. This is the estimated doctor subscription for the first
you can skip
and
this
the
one.
further years. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I'm sorry for the hiccup you had, but I tried to compensate as much as I could. So all the best for that. Looks like a brilliant solution you have. For the records, that was Dolly Sabharwal from Technozo Cloud Solution. Moving on, next we have Abhilash Haridas we got utility solutions. Abhilash, you ready?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Just give me a second. I'm going to pull up my screen. You see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so hi, my name is Abhilash. I am one of the founders of We Got Utility Solutions. The problem that we're looking to solve has been fairly well documented. Our cities are running out of water. And when you think about this problem, there are only two ways you can go about solving this. Either you increase the supply or you bring down the demand. And this is exactly where We Got focuses its energy on. It solves this problem by building, it has solved this problem by building an IoT-based water management platform. And when I say IoT, it automatically implies there are two components to it. There is a hardware component and there is a data layer also, where you take the data from this hardware and make real-time decisions. So the first piece is the hardware, where we've replaced traditional water meters, which have been around for 50, 60 years. It's been globally acknowledged that there's about 30 to 40% revenue loss because the data is inaccurate. Now we've turned that traditional meter into an ultrasonic device, which calculates time difference in nanoseconds and gives you over 98% accuracy at a one drop level. And this has been certified by the government. The second thing is there is no calibration required because there are no moving parts in this device. The third piece is you will see that we're sending out a very strong message by removing the counter, where people don't need to go to this device. It will come to you remotely on your mobile phone. So we take this data, we put this in the hands of our users. Now, there are two types of users. One is the person consuming the water, and one is the person managing the entire facility. So this is the dashboard that a person managing the facility sees. He is able to audit the entire campus, understand where his water is coming from, what the quality of his water is, bill each person for their own consumption. And this is very crucial because we're not used to paying for our own water, and therefore we're a little lax about it. But with electricity, we turn our AC off because we have an AC bill to pay or an electricity bill to pay. The second you start making people pay for their own usage, it will start reducing their consumption. This is the mobile app people will see, so they will know exactly how much they use. And I know personally it has helped me as well. So if I ask you how many liters your water or water you're consuming, your shower is or your maid is consuming, there are no answers to this. But with our solution now, I know exactly how much you use. If there is a leakage, we will detect it, and we'll also be able to remotely shut this off from your mobile phone. We've saved over 3 billion liters. We're in more than 30,000 homes and manage more than 30 million square feet of commercial real estate. We work with some of the largest developers across the country, including Prestige, Brigade. These are the biggest developers in the country. We've already started working with them. This is a quick use case of what happens. The community was paying 1.6 lakhs per month, which has come down to 75,000 rupees per month. Now, not only do they save on the cost of water, they also save the cost of electricity required for pumping and for treatment, and it reduces the wear and tear. We've been recognized by several groups, including CII and the Prime Minister himself. So the business model is also something that we have innovated on. So everybody say, hey, all this is good, but what does it cost me? So we give the product away for free, and we charge as little as 150 rupees per house per month. And this will take care of the entire solution. We've currently raised over $3 million. We have India's largest bank, HDFC, on our board, a private bank. We have India's largest real estate player, Prestige, on our board. We also have India's largest SaaS business house, Zoho, on our board. And we are looking to now expand rapidly with this backing. That is my presentation. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to take them.
Very cool. So you're done?
Yeah.
Wow, you covered for quite a few people's time for that matter. We still have a minute to go. Do you want to quickly speak something? You have almost about a minute to go. Just in case you want to make use of that.
I didn't hear that. Can you say that again?
I said you have roughly about a minute if you quickly want to make use of that.
No, I think everything that I needed to say, I think I've said.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So yeah, great presentation, pretty crisp, very quick, great set of customers interaction. All the best for that.
Thank you, Rakesh.
So again, for the records, we had Abhilash from Abhilash Haridas, We Got Utility Solutions. You can turn off your video and presentation. We are moving on to Raghuram.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Raghuram,
Bye.
all the best. Raghuram Kuchibatla, yes, Poho, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Awesome. Please share your presentation
Sharing my
whenever you're
screen.
ready.
Yeah. Can you see the presentation?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I'm Raghuram Kuchibatla, CEO and founder Espoho. A quick introduction of my team, starting with myself. I have initiated several startup firms, including Comms.com, Building Ops, and other businesses. Fanik Golapudi, co-founder and COO, he has over 5 years of experience in operations and retail and manages all partner relationships and back office. Shashikant, head of marketing sales. Shweta, head of guest experience. Meenakshi Dubey, head of finance and accounting. Lalita Patil, CTO. In addition, we on our advisory board, we have mentors from other industries as well. Has this ever happened to you? Every time we go out for shopping with our family, I vividly remember my mom, sister, and my wife looking at different combinations of color, design, and fabric for their ethnic apparel, which the stores don't generally carry. And as a result, we spend hours in traffic going from store to store. I'm sure you have at least faced this once in your lifetime. It is the lack of choices and unsatisfied customers that has become the norm. We all have heard of the old adage, goods once sold cannot be returned and caveat emptor. On the other end is India's oldest industry, handloom and handicraft, is on the verge of extinct due to highly fragmented market, poor infrastructure, and absolute technology. Our solution is to bridge both the gaps through technology. Introducing Espoho. It is the first techno experience based online social platform connecting artisans designers directly with customers using technology such as AR and social commerce to build trust and relationship. How would you like to create your own design for an apparel? Place the order and have it ready and delivered almost immediately? Introducing the next generation of retail shopping. Yes, I'm talking about customization and personalization. Our multi-sided techno experience-based multi-sided platform includes patented technology for augmented reality, custom design allowing guests to create their own product based on individual taste and preferences, share and obtain instant feedback from friends and family through our social platforms, thereby transforming the physical shopping experience to online. Platform also offers price transparency, and analytics, which includes data on customer preferences and training tools for all artisan needs. While the global retail industry is expected to be 23.4 trillion and India's ethnic wear expected to be 10,000 crores with 83% of the market dominated by women's ethnic wear, we plan to take a market share of 100 million based on increase in female population and the rise in women workforce. While there are hundreds of retail and e-commerce companies, we are at the intersection of a traditional retail stores where there's lack of price transparency, and e-commerce companies where there's lack of choices and lacks feedback, and social platforms that lack customization catering to individual needs. While there is nothing fun about everyday commodities, our solution offers fun, self-expression, human personal, and a strong community engagement, thereby making everyday commodities more fun. We have multiple sources of revenue, our business model is primarily based on three pillars: asset light business model, social platform creating stickiness of like-minded people, and technology innovation using augmented reality. Since launch, our multi-sided platform has over 60,000 customers with 12,000 LTVs, meaning repeat customers. We have onboarded 50 artisans and have over 500 plus in the pipeline, and the social community has about 80,000 posts. In the 2 years since inception, we have grown 80%, and our projection for year 2020 stands at 80%. Since launch, we have been cash positive in 2020 with the growth projections going into 2026. Our ask, sorry, our ask is about a 5 crore, 5 crore over a 5-year period on a predefined metrics for a return of 20%, and our pre-money valuation stands at 18 crores. Our growth for the next 3 to 5 years includes going global in the next 2 to 3 years. We're already looking at a potential JV and acquiring companies in Africa that have similar ideas as Espoho, onboarding artisans at 40% month over month, increase in customer base in social platform, and overall, we want to be an A to Z platform for all artisan needs. The exit strategy is typically an IPO. However, we strongly feel that based on the growth and how other industries have performed within the sector, we feel that we could be a potential for a good M&A. We have been featured recently in Optimist, Your Story, Forbes India, and recently we were awarded as top 10 startups in Hyderabad by Hysia. Thank you all for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. Again, well in time, well presented, very crisp. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I think these all presentations somehow just bringing my uh, unsolicited commentary here. But it amazes me the kind of thought process that all the entrepreneurs are bringing to the stage today. I'm sure everybody else in the audience who are here to learn, as well as the investors, are probably as amazed as I am. So my best wishes to everyone. Thank you so much. That was Raghuram Kuchibatla from Yes Poho. Uh, Thanks, Raghuram, and all the best. You can switch off your presentation and video, and we'll move on to Akhil. Akhil from Alpha Slate. Akhil, are you there? Akhil?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you guys see me?
Yes.
Yes, I'm going to share my screen.
Please go ahead.
Can you see my screen as well?
Yes, now.
Okay, perfect. So I'll start. So my name is Akhil Mamin, and I'm the founder and CEO of Alpha Slate Technology Private Limited. Um, so my team is, this is my co-founder Sahil Gore. I'll start with my introduction. I have an engineering degree, a master's degree from Columbia University in New York, and I have an MBA from the Indian School of Business. Prior to starting Alpha Slate, my roles have been in strategy and product management, having worked at Hewlett Packard Enterprise in the Bay Area, Verizon in New York, and Accenture in New York as well. My co-founder Sahil Gore has approximately 13 years of startup experience, both in the education and e-commerce space. His previous startups were incubated at IIT Madras and PayPal. Uh, the problem we are trying to address is the K-12 online learning solutions currently in the market are work like a one size fit all, and they don't really address the unique learning requirements per student. So what this does is that it leads to lower engagement and adoption from the users, this being the students in the K-12 segment. It can lead to over challenging or under challenging the students. Parents don't really have control over what the kids are learning, and they don't understand how to bridge the gaps as well. And the students, what it happens over there for them is they are not able to prepare adequately, especially for what they need to do in the future, which is college and for their careers. So that's where we come in as Alpha Slate. We are a mobile first learning solution on Android as well as iOS. We focus more on the dynamic personalization of content. We have multiple content creators who will cater to different content formats. We also ensure that there's a parent and teacher app so that they can also stay involved in the learning process. So if I have to sum up the entire product, we actually have live video conferencing. We can support up to 250 students per call, which is higher than most online learning solution providers right now. We have a learning assessment planner. We have a dynamic content personalization, which is the LMS or content management side of things, along with the analytics that are there. So our business model is a subscription-based model. We would be charging at $30 a month per student. It can be used across grades from grade 1 all the way to grade 12. Through this purchase for a particular grade, we will be giving you access to all the subjects for that particular grade. Right now we support STEM, but our hope is to go to more STEAM, so to get more arts subjects as well, not just the science and technology subjects. Our target market is quite large. It's the K-12 market in India. The numbers we are showing over here is only the CBSE, ICSE, and IGCSE boards. And that's primarily because we are starting our pilot with those schools. So that's why our numbers are only around 24 million. But we are looking at an average spend, which can lead to the market size still being quite sizable at about 8.6 billion. In terms of our traction, we started late 2019, right before COVID actually made this whole segment realize the importance or the need for online learning. As a pilot, we have already started a pilot with a school system of about 10 schools, and we are servicing approximately 25 students. And we were selected as a part of Startup India's incubation program, which we are now eligible for some Nidhi funding as well through Government of India. We are a top 10 out of the 2,000 that they selected. In terms of the competition, it's an extremely crowded space with Byju's and An Academy and a lot of other players. But in terms of differentiation, what we do is we're not siloed as a either pre-recorded or live class. We give you both. We're focused on mastering concepts, not just on curriculum. We have dynamic personalization, and we are built using the latest technologies, which scale well and are mobile friendly compared to our larger competitors, which are still on legacy systems. In terms of our fund requirement, we're actually looking for funds for these particular segments, which is to improve our content for some amount of marketing and customer support, cloud hosting, and then salaries. For if we talk about content, it's video content. We have approximately 9,000 videos already on our platform. That's pretty much it from my end. So please feel free to reach back, and these are my details.
Very cool. So that was Akhil Maman from Alpha Slate Technology. You already have his contacts on the screen and otherwise as well. So thank you again and all the best, Akhil. You may switch off your presentation and video, please. We have one gentleman who missed the slot earlier, would like to present Shivam Thakral. Shivam, you there? Shivam Thakral from BayuCoin.
Yeah, just give me a sec. Actually, I was putting it out on my laptop. Just can you give me a sec?
Absolutely. So yes, this presentation coming up would be the last one for this evening. I would like to thank in advance to all the investors who have been part of this amazing session. I'm sure you are taking notes, and I am very hopeful that will be a mutual win-win between you and the presenters. I'm also thankful to all those audience who came in to learn from these brilliant set of entrepreneurs with their presentations and their thoughts, their ideas, and thought process itself. I'm pretty sure there would be a lot more entrepreneurs coming out of as an inspiration from this session. So all the best to all those people as well. Shivam, let me know when you are ready. I am done with my thank you note already. I would probably will have to come up with some jokes and other things if I have to make more fillers. So ladies and gentlemen, please be patient. Coming up soon. There you go. Shivam, just so you know, it's 5 minutes time. I will give a quick warning at 1 minute when the last 1 minute, and straight at the end of the time after that. You can start as soon as you're ready. You're on mute, Shivam.
Okay, sorry. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Your presentation started and then you minimize.
Okay, sure. So we are BayuCoin. So it's we are into the cryptocurrency space. So our main aim is to bring cryptocurrency to million of Indian pockets. So a little about us. So what we are doing here is we are making a seamless process so that people in India and across the globe could access the cryptocurrency world with just without getting into the complexity which exists today. So our vision is to create the most seamless bridge for shifting individuals and company from traditional finance to crypto finance by creating an ecosystem around it. So this is our team and advisors. So in the founding members, it's Shivam Thakral, that's me. I'm CEO and co-founder. And then there is Devesh Agarwal, who is CTO, and there is Atul Levad. who take care of marketing activities. Now there is core team which consists of Himanshi Verma, she's our HR manager, Naman Jain, he's product manager, then Ravinder Joshi and Abhijit Bhardwaj and Paras Babbar. So then we have two advisors. One is from the marketing, core marketing background. He's into the energy and banking sector for 25 years. And then there is Gaurav Gupta, who is currently head of strategy for Lotus Energy, and he's also advising us in the strategic alliance and partnership part. So this is a basic history of what we did and how we did. So in 2016, we started this particular concept in our college dorm rooms, and this was just a start because we were very fascinated by the idea of cryptocurrency and how it used to work. We could just send money all across the globe with just few clicks on button without dealing with banks and the hassle process. So we came up with a exchange with the facility of credit card and debit card payments. So it got quite good traction in the market and got covered in mainstream media like NDTV and others. Then in 2017 June, we decided to launch a full-fledged exchange in the market by registering a proper entity. So that's where we saw one more gap in this industry. Earlier, before we launched, there was just Bitcoin which was being traded. So we saw that people want to trade other cryptocurrencies, smaller ones. So we came up with multi-crypto exchange where we facilitated directly these cryptocurrency with INR, Indian rupees. So due to which in less than 6 months, we achieved 1 lakh signups on our platform. And by January 2018, we crossed 650 CR of GMV, total GMV of 650 CR. And by March, we crossed 1.5 lakh users. So there was, you might be aware or maybe not, so there was some banking restriction from the RBI side. So to tackle that, we came up with an innovative solution that's India's first P2P trade engine so that our business sustained for last 2 years in 2018, the rest part of 2018 and 2019. In March 2020, basically Supreme Court have just removed that banking restriction. So that's why we have removed this P2P system and came back to the like normal how we operate with banking channels. Coming to the 2018 December, we launched our own native token by the name of BUC token.
1 minute.
Okay. In 2019 December, we crossed 2 lakh users and a GMV of 1400 CR. And by 2020 March, we launched version 3.0 with a lot more advanced feature and Paytm and MobiKwik integrations. And by 2020 September, we crossed 1800 CR GMV and launched an initiative for regulating cryptocurrency in India. So I know I'm just lagging behind. So, sorry. So the problem we are solving here is basically the security, trust, assurance, interactive maneuverability. These are the major issues which are faced in this market for the exchanges part. The solution is to create a safe user-specific platform and introduce and accessible to everyone with a gamified user flow along with educational guidance and incentivizations. So our products.
I'll give you a quick 10 seconds to wrap up, Shiva.
Okay, so I might not be wrap up, but still I will go. So these are 5 products that are linked to our solution itself, which are solving our solutions. So this is some of our traction data till date. So we have 290,000 user base, 95,000 are KYC verified. We have crossed 2,000 CR GMV till date, and we have an asset under management of 7 crore plus. So this is our customer engagement data. I guess I could just skip it. So
most important part, whatever you want to cover, just pick that and you're ready to go.
Yeah, definitely. So we are raising around 9 CR in our seed funding round, and we are offering 15% equity in our company. So right now we are profitable for your knowledge, and this is a fund we are using to acquire license in Estonia or Singapore for global presence and increasing security, advertisement and marketing for quick growth, R&D, branding for growth and building trust, and development of product for fresh revenue lines.
I'm sorry, I'll have to interrupt, Shivam. I think.
Sure, I can share this presentation if like you could share it with me.
Awesome. So thank you so much. Appreciate your presentation and time. So that brings us to the end of our session today. Just for the records, everyone, this was Shivam Thakral from BioCoin. Again, as I was mentioning just before this presentation started, thank you everyone for joining us today. I am very hopeful that this will end up to be a good mutual win for both investors and those who presented today. I am very hopeful that it will be a good learning for all those who attended in the audience just to learn from these entrepreneurs. Thank you again for joining us this evening. All the best.